honor of Chapter 2 returning in the form of an OG season next week, I thought it'd be a fun idea to take a look back at Chapter 2 as a whole and rank every season from worst to best. So coming in 8th place, we have Chapter 2 Season 6, which stands out as a season that was marked by disappointment and frustration. The addition of the new primal and makeshift weapons, along with the frustrating crafting system, contributed to an overall lackluster loot pool. The battle pass was also mediocre for me, with there only being a few standout skins in the past with Jonesy and Lara Croft. The rest of the skins were all okay, but for me, Spire Assassin is easily one of the worst tier 100 skins that we've ever had. Now for Season 6, we did have some map changes with the introduction of a brand new biome, as well as some new POIs like Bony Burbs and Colossal Crops. Not to mention, we also had the introduction of wildlife in Season 6, which was initially intriguing with the taming system, but it quickly became annoying as the animals would attack you at the most inconvenient times. So with all that said, Chapter 2 Season 6 is one of my least favorite seasons, and it finds itself at the number 8 spot on this list. Moving on, at number 7, we have Chapter 2 Season 1. While the season symbolized a fresh start for Fortnite, its extended duration and lackluster battle pass detracted from its overall appeal for me. I enjoyed some skins in the past, like Ripley and 8-Ball, but the rest of the skins just didn't resonate with me. Though I will admit, it was cool that we had plenty of edit styles for each battle pass skin for the season. Season 2 also introduced some new features to the game, like swimming, fishing, and boats. And of course, it also provided us a fresh new map. This new map contained new POIs like Lazy Lake, Weeping Woods, Misty Meadows, and more, while also having some old POIs from Chapter 1, including Pleasant Park, Retail Row, and Salty Springs. So overall, this season was a decent start for Chapter 2 that went on for a little too long, landing it at number 7 on the list. Moving on to number 6, we have Chapter 2 Season 3, which presented a unique twist with its flooded map at the start of the season. Now the map was flooded due to the events of the Device event back in Season 2, aka the Doomsday event. And let's not forget that this season gave us one of the most controversial POIs in the entire game with Coral Castle. And as for the battle pass this season, I think it was a pretty decent pass with some skins like Jules, Eternal Night, and Kit. And not to mention we had Aquaman as the secret skin, which fit the theme of the season perfectly. Now as for the loot pool, Season 3 had a pretty solid one with the introduction of the charged shotgun and some returning weapons like the rapid fire SMG as well as the hunting rifle. So overall, I think Season 3 was a pretty solid season, and it's actually pretty underrated, ranking number 6 on my list. Now breaking into the top 5, we have Chapter 2 Season 5. Now this season had a decent battle pass that I think was saved by the Mandalorian and Mancake, but this battle pass had my least favorite super styles that we've ever gotten, and I wasn't a major fan of skins like Lexa, Reese, or Menace. Now Season 5 brought a ton of map changes with new locations like Butter Barn, a new version of Tilted Towers with Salty Towers, and of course the Coliseum. We also had a pretty fun loot pool of Season 5 with the Mandalorian Jetpack, the Mandalorian Sniper, the Dragon Breath Shotgun, and of course we had our introduction of exotic weapons. These weapons included the Boom Sniper, the Shadow Tracker, the Storm Scout, the Nighthawk, and the Dove. So overall, I think Season 5 was pretty enjoyable, landing it at number 5 on my personal list. Now you might think some of my picks for today's list are a little bit crazy, but the craziest thing is that over 90% of you guys are not subscribed. Let's see if we can hit 10K by the end of the year, and maybe then I'll start coming up with some good takes. Moving on, at number 4, we have Chapter 2 Season 7, which I personally think is a super underrated season. We had a fun loot pool for the season, with new additions like the Pulse Rifle and the Chimera Ray Gun. We also can't forget the most OP combination with the Radar Scanner and the Railgun, which were extremely fun items to use on their own, but when you combine them, you practically had wall hacks. We also had some minimal map changes as well, with new locations like the Aftermath and Corny Complex, which was guarded by Sloan and IO guards. Now, I will admit that UFOs were pretty annoying to deal with, but boy were they fun to use when you were the one that was dealing the damage. Also, Imposter Modes was introduced with this season, which was basically an Among Us knockoff, but it's one of my favorite game modes that we've ever had. But the Battle Pass does bring this season down a little bit for me, as I feel like the pass overall was pretty underwhelming. With that said, my personal favorites from the pass were Superman, Sunny, and Sloan. Not to mention, we all had our own Chimera skin, which was an alien that we could customize, which was an extremely awesome idea. So overall, I would say that Season 7 is pretty underrated, putting it at number 4 on our list. And at third, we have Chapter 2 Season 8. The Battle Pass was great this time around, offering some standout skins like Charlotte, Torin, and Carnage. I also enjoyed the meme skins that we got in the Battle Pass with Fabio Sparklemane and JB Chimpanski. We also had another extremely customizable skin with Tuna Fish, who helped enhance the overall appeal of the Battle Pass. We also had some fun map changes in Season 8, as the mothership had been destroyed, unleashing all the the cubes and abductors inside of it onto the island. This resulted in locations being impacted by the abductors and also gave us the Sideways, which contained cube monsters as well as some new Sideways weapons. The cubes also moved around the map throughout the season. Now eventually these cubes met together to create a brand new POI with Cube Town. Now the loot pool is pretty solid for Season 8, with returning weapons like Sloan's Burst Assault Rifle, the Recon Scanner, the Railgun, and some exotic weapons such as the Shadow Tracker, the Chug Cannon, and the Dragon Breath Sniper. We also had some new weapons to the loot pool with the Sideways Rifle, the Sideways Minigun, and the Sideways Scythe. So overall, I really enjoyed Chapter 2 Season 8, landing it at the number 3 spot on my personal list. Now in second place, we have Chapter 2 Season 2. The season delivered a compelling loot pool with some great mythics to use like the Midas Drum Gun, the TNT Bow, Sky's Assault Rifle, Brutus's Minigun, and Sky's Grappler. The Battle Pass featured some iconic original Fortnite characters including Midas, Meowscles, Pilly, and Brutus. Not to mention, we had a fully customizable character with Maya and an amazing secret skin with Deadpool. We also had some amazing Ghost and Shadow styles, and I like that we were able to choose different sides for each character. As far as map changes go, we had some new places to explore on the Season 2 map, including the Agency, the Grotto, the Yacht, the Rig, and the Shark. And of course, we had some great live events this season as well. First, we had the Travis Scott concert, which is beloved by the Fortnite player base, and really pushed the limits of what we thought was possible within Fortnite. And our finale event, of course, with the Doomsday event, aka Doomsday, which was a great event that set up Chapter 2 Season 3 perfectly, surrounding the island with a wall of water. So overall, I think that Season 2 was without a doubt one of the best seasons in Chapter 2. But of course, it wasn't the best, which leads us to number 1 with Chapter 2 Season 4. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, this comes to no surprise, as I think that this season is absolutely perfect. We had some new items in the loot pool, such as the Stark Energy Rifle and the addition of some Marvel-themed mythics. The map also saw some changes, with Pleasant Park turning into Doom's Domain, the introduction of Stark Industries, and some new locations like Hero Park. We also had the introduction of Marvel Superhero Showdown this season, which provided hours of entertainment for players. In this mode, you fought exclusively with Marvel powers, and it's by far one of my favorite modes that Fortnite has ever made. Not to mention, Season 4 had an extremely solid battle pass, as we got iconic characters like Wolverine, Doctor Doom, Iron Man, and more, all for 950 V-Bucks. The pass also had some amazing edit styles, and the foil super styles were great as well, making it one of the best battle passes that we've ever had. And of course, we have to mention the season's epic conclusion with the Devourer of Worlds event, where Galactus finally attacked the Zero Point and our island. This event further solidified the season as one of the best seasons of all time, landing Season 4 at number 1 on my personal list. And there you have it, my personal ranking of Fortnite Chapter 2. I look forward to hearing your thoughts down in the comments below, but as always guys, take care and stay twisty.